Now, ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech at the United Nations General Assembly, Pakistan tried to spread propaganda about Jammu and Kashmir and against India. Imran Khan, in a series of lies, mentioned alleged illegal activities and unilateral measures in Jammu and Kashmir and said that atrocities were inflicted on minorities in India. Giving a befitting reply to the Pakistan Prime Minister, India's First Secretary Sneha Dubey exposed Pakistan's lies. Dubey, in her reply, said that the platform provided by the United Nations was being used to propagate falsehood and malicious propaganda against India to divert the world's attention from the sad state of affairs in Pakistan, where terrorists enjoy a free pass. She also reiterated that Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh were, are and will always be integral parts of India. She added that Pakistan has a history of backing and funding terrorists as part of its state policy.
Islamophobia is another pernicious phenomenon that we all need to collectively combat. In the aftermath of the 9/11 terrorist attacks, terrorism has been associated with Islam by some quarters. This has increased the tendency of right-wing, xenophobic and violent nationalist, extremists and terrorist groups to target Muslims. I call on the Secretary General to convene a global dialogue on countering the rise of Islamophobia.
We heard the leader of Pakistan trying to justify acts of terror. Such defense of terrorism is unacceptable in the modern world. We keep hearing that Pakistan is a victim of terrorism. This is the country which is an arsonist disguising itself as a firefighter. Pakistan nurtures terrorists in their backyard in the hope that they will only harm their neighbors.
New Delhi has also embarked on what it ominously calls the final solution for Jammu and Kashmir dispute. It has undertaken a series of illegal and unilateral measures in occupied Jammu and Kashmir since 5th August 2019. But sustainable peace in South Asia is contingent upon resolution of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with the relevant United Nations Security Council resolutions and the wishes of the Kashmiri people.
The entire union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh were, are, and will always be an integral and inalienable part of India. This includes the areas that are under the illegal occupation of Pakistan. We call upon Pakistan to immediately vacate all areas under its illegal occupation.
Seems like for Pakistan the focus remains India and what India does, rather than being a global player and focusing on what Pakistan needs to do as a country, as a nation. We've seen Prime Minister Imran Khan and his entire coterie of ministers, including Shah Mahmood Qureshi, rake up Kashmir every now and again. India continues to maintain that all these efforts to malign India and India's intentions are not going to work with the international community. Imran Khan did rake up the issue of Kashmir yet again during his speech. We've seen how Shah Mahmood Qureshi in New York has been going around meeting every counterpart of his and giving dossiers which anyway have a lot of misinformation and fake news. Having said that, India is going to exercise her right of reply to Imran Khan's speech, and in that right of reply, as India has done every time, one of the diplomats of India's permanent mission to the United Nations in New York is going to respond to the Prime Minister and spell out exactly what India has done, India's intent, and what Pakistan has been up to. Also, will show mirror to Pakistan that a country that sponsors terrorism, that supports terrorism, should not be the one speaking about peace, stability and raising fingers or questioning a country like India.